Okay, diminished seventh chord, dominant seventh chord, they are closely related. Let's start with the diminished seventh chord. That's a typical voicing on guitar, on the top 4 strings, on the middle 4 strings, and on the 6th and the 4th and the 3rd and the 2nd, A, F sharp, C, E flat, and F sharp and E flat can be enharmonic. F sharp can be G flat, and E flat can be D sharp. Doesn't really matter in the case of this chord. But let's just start with this voicing here. This is F sharp, C, E flat, A. I refer to this as a symmetrical chord because the distance between all of the chord tones is a minor third. Distance from here is a minor third, right? So it's symmetrical. So therefore, this chord has 4 different names. It is an A diminished 7th chord. It's an E flat diminished 7th chord. It is a C diminished chord, and it's an F sharp diminished chord. You get a 4-fer. We've all heard of 2-fers. This is a 4-fer. And it's the same chord every 3 frets. This, they're just rearranged. F sharp, C, E flat, A, E flat, F sharp, C, F sharp, A, and E flat. Same. And usually if you're playing over one of these guys, you just lead into each note. Right? Here's the A, the leading tone to A, C, the leading tone to C. So it's a half whole. Half, whole, half, whole, half, whole, half. So what? Well, let's talk about how its relationship to the dominant 7th chord. It's really easy. Play this chord and drop any single note. So if I drop the top note, A, a half step, it becomes that dominant 7th chord. So that's an A flat dominant 7th chord. Right? If I take the same chord and drop the E flat, it becomes a D7 chord. Okay, so go back to our diminished chord. Here's a C, we drop that, it becomes a B7 chord. And then if we drop this, the F sharp, it becomes an F7. Okay, so who cares? What does that matter? It means you can substitute this diminished 7th chord melodically and harmonically to add more color. It's a darker color, you know, A flat 7. And then you can play this half whole scale. different kind of a color to a dominant or seventh chord thing, and it's the same every 3 frets. You see I'm using the exact same fingering every 3 frets because it's the same notes. It's symmetrical. Creates a lot of tension. So that's the reference to 7th chords. So whenever you see a 7th chord, dominant 7th chord, sorry, you can, in certain situations, you can overlay that diminished chord. So I've got a 7 chord. Robin Ford uses the diminished scale I. Right. It just adds a whole nother color to the sound. Adds more tension. So try it in your music. And also, if you'd like, you can look up a tune of mine entitled Processed Cheese. Yeah, Processed Cheese. Brad Ard, Processed Cheese. But starting at 45 seconds, the major body of the tune is based on this whole diminished dominant 7th combination sound. So a big part of it is just get it in your ears so that you know how to use it. You're not going to find this in, your pop tunes. It's not bad, it's not good, it's just that's the way it is. So you could go and listen to that tune and hear how this diminished dominant thing can be negotiated. There's a guitar solo and there's also a saxophone solo. So check it out. Get into diminished 7ths and dominant 7ths.